video is a little different. I'm not going to show you a whole song. I'm just going to give you some tips and tricks for this classic song, Stop This Train by John Mayer. One of the coolest guitar songs to play from the past 5,000 years. We're going to talk about that main riff I was just playing and that little pluck and flick thing that he does. And we're going to talk about that crazy stretchy chord that he does. I don't know if you guys are aware of it. Let me show you the pattern first of all. Let me just show you this pattern. It's difficult. Then I'll tell you some of the things that have helped me get more and more comfortable playing this interesting style. We've got a D chord. Get rid of the middle finger, that bottom string note. The way John Mayer says it, he says it's a D without a hat. Look at that. So, I don't think of it that way. I think of it as a D without the middle finger, but to each their own hat expression. So far, this video is not helpful. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 for helpfulness. Got the D without the middle finger. Place your thumb, no pick for this song. Put your thumb on the D string, just like this. There it is, okay. Then put your middle finger is gonna grab onto the bottom of the B string. You see that? You're gonna pinch those two notes together. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You pinch those two together. Then this is where the craziness comes in. You have to slap the strings with your thumb and at the same time try to flick the G string with your pointer finger. So you're literally going like this and going like this at the same time. It's hard to isolate it. It's actually hard to... I've forgotten how to do it. Well, video's over. I forgot how to play the song. I've been trying to make this video for a few weeks now, and I just keep giving up because I lose interest in it. So it's fun. Get ready. Hold on to your butts and glasses. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Okay, we've got that D without the middle finger. I guess we'll call the middle finger the hat. How about that? So to get rid of the hat finger, this is awful. I'm losing interest again. That was quick. We pinch the D string and the B string with the thumb and the middle finger. We do the slap the string with the thumb, flick it with the pointer finger at the same time. We'll talk more about it. We'll talk about it. Then your middle finger, your hat on this hand, plays the open E string. Okay? Then your thumb plays the open D string all by its lonesome. So we've got... Then pointer finger plays the G string, but you've got the pointer finger over here, so it's... Got it? And then we're gonna do our slap and flick thing again. So it's pinch, flick, middle finger, thumb, pointer finger on the G string, slap and flick. Got it? I say got it so much. That time I said it's so weird. I went, got it? Okay. I should not do this video. Okay, look, I'm gonna flip a coin. I found a coin. This right here, very interesting coin, because if you look very carefully at this coin, it just disappears. I'm gonna flip it. If it's heads, I'm gonna keep making the video. If it's tails, I'm gonna stop. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what it was. Okay. That's the... Okay, I'm not gonna show you the other chords yet. We're just gonna do it on this one chord, the D without the hat finger. Number one priority here is to get that... I just kicked... Did you hear that earthquake? Did you hear it? All right. Number one priority is to get this thumb slap thing solid and happening. Because even if you're doing everything else great, but your thumb is wimpy or hitting the wrong strings or not at the right time, then it's a big old bumbly mess of nothing. So first step, we just need to make sure that you can do this little thumb slap. If you look in like the, look what I have here. is the official guitar book. Look, it says here, I'll cut this out. Maybe. So, dreaming with where's the? There it is. It says, throughout the song, guitar 1 executes beats 2 and 4 by hitting muted string with right hand thumb while simultaneously flicking in a downward motion with index finger. Forgot how to say index finger there, so I said index finger. So that was not especially helpful. I mean, it was accurate. It was correct, but not especially helpful. I don't know why I decided to read from that book right now. Oh, I remember. They say that you're supposed to hit the D string with the thumb to get that percussive sound. And that's true, but we don't just want to hit the D string because that's too hard to aim just for that string, and we want to make sure the thumb placement is just right to play the normal note later on. I know that didn't exactly make sense, but that's just the kind of video this is. Here's what I'd like you to do. I would like you, first step, just go like this. Just kind of hit the guitar with your thumb. It doesn't matter where you hit it, just do that a few times, just to get it out of your, I'd get it, the juices flowing. That's what I always say when I hit a guitar. I say, I just gotta get the juices flowing. Okay, there, we did that. So you wanna hit it pretty hard to get that percussive sound. You don't wanna bounce off the strings, because then you're gonna get that sound. We wanna hit it and keep your thumb planted there so you get the percussive sound and no extra noise. Here's the other big thing I'm gonna recommend though. When you hit the strings, aim for in between the A and the D string. So don't try to hit the D string. Don't try to be like perpendicular to the strings. Try to land parallel to the strings. Oh, I'd missed there. Try to go right in between the D and A strings. You see what I'm talking about? I'm going in super slow motion. I'm going landing right there. See how my thumb is like wedged in between those two. So what happens there, one, now your thumb is ready to play the D string, which it's gonna have to do in just a second. The other thing is then you're not aiming for one specific spot. You have a little bit of a range there, and as long as you're close, you're good to go. Here's another thing that I'm trying to do. I'm using this part of my thumb to hit the strings back here. So that way, even if I don't make good contact with the tip of my thumb, I have all the rest of my thumb to hit all that stuff over there. So first step, I recommend you practice just doing this for a while. And when I say a while, I mean like do it for a minute, a few times a day for like a few days. I know it seems simple, but it kind of, you want to make sure that you're getting used to that. I'm using my arm and my wrist. That's step one. It's fun, right? You can do it with me for a second. Look at this. If you might think you can skip this step, don't skip this step. Do it. Do it! Okay. My knuckles are all curled in here. I accidentally hit the guitar a couple times. You like to keep my knuckles kind of curled back so I'm not punching the guitar with every single one. Okay. We're gonna add that note, the open note with the thumb. So I'd like you to play the D string with your thumb and then do that slap. And then you're gonna do it again. You're gonna go boom, slap, boom, slap, boom, slap. If your placement of your thumb with the slap is correct, then it should mute the note as soon as you slap, and you should have your thumb ready to go to play the note. So notice how if I'm slapping up here, then I have to get my thumb placed back down there for the D. If my thumb is like going up and down like this, then when I have to play the D, I have to get my thumb up into the right spot. But if I just hit it right there, it's ready to go. So open, slap, open, slap, open, slap, open, slap. If we're being honest, and I like to think that we can be honest with each other, you might want to practice this for like a couple weeks, bruh. Get really comfortable with this. Notice how every once in a while I miss a little bit, but then I quickly adjust if I have to. Okay, now we get to the hardest part, which is we have to get that flick with the pointer finger while your thumb is slapping. We're not even gonna try to play the pattern. We're not even gonna do the chord. We're just gonna go like this. I want you to do that same thumb thing once, then I want you to do it again, and don't try to like flick with your pointer finger. Just try to make contact with the strings. Just try to have your nail of your pointer finger hit the strings. I don't care if it makes any like note noise, just try to go like this and have your pointer finger touch the strings. See that right there? There we go. We're getting closer. See how my finger is just hitting the strings? Then when you start getting okay at that, then you're just gonna try to, when you hit it, you're just gonna let your finger come off, but it's crucial that your thumb stays against the strings like this. If your thumb is going like that, bad news. Bad news, bears, it's not gonna sound right. My thumb just stays planted right there. If you start doing this and your thumb bounces off, then you gotta go back to doing this a little bit more. Then add the flick in there. So they just do this, just the thumb, and then add the flick. Not the best. Okay, once you're feeling like you can kind of do that flick thing, it's okay. We ideally want to aim for just the G string with the pointer finger, but if you're hitting like a bunch of strings, it's kind of okay. It's still going to sound good. Now we want to go thumb, flick, thumb, flick, thumb, flick, thumb, flick, thumb, flick, thumb, flick. Notice how my thumb is staying planted there each time. This is the exact tedious process I had to go through to learn this. First, I just tried to just play the song. I just had the tabs there, and I was just trying to read the tabs, and it was a nightmare. I couldn't do it at all. And then after, I think I spent a few months off and on just trying to dive in. Because a lot of the time that works. Sometimes you can just dive into a song and learn all the parts and put them together and kind of have some parts okay and some parts bad. This song, I just wasn't making any progress that way, so I had to back up and practice. Okay, what am I really struggling with? I'm really struggling with this, so let me just do that a bit. Okay, now I'm really struggling getting the flick and the thumb, so let me just practice that a bit. Let's get the chord ready. The D without the hat finger, and we're gonna do pinch, and then you're gonna try to do the slap and flick thing. We're just gonna do those two notes, just pinch, slap, pinch, slap, pinch, slap, pinch, slap, pinch, slap. I know I'm repeating a whole bunch. It's just kind of crucial to do the song. Okay, so I think you have the idea of that. And you might go, okay, I think I'm ready for the next step. You start adding the flick in, but then it's a big old mess. Then go back and just practice the thumb some more, and then add in the slappy finger flicky thing. I'm still on the fence about whether I'm gonna make this video today. So I already showed you the pattern at the beginning. I don't even want you practicing the whole pattern yet. I just want you practicing pinch, slap, pinch, slap. Then, after many, many, many years, you'll be ready to do the full pattern. Let me just show you the chords for when you're ready. We've got that D without the hat. Then we go up to the 7th fret with the ring finger on the E string, pointer finger on the 6th fret of the G string. Is that what I do? Oh, yeah, I think, is that what it said? Pointer and ring? Sure, whatever, fine, great. That's not, wait, is that what I do? Yeah, it is. Okay, great. Should I question myself one more time? Wait, is that what I do? Yeah, it is. Then you're gonna switch to middle finger on the 6th fret of the G string and your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the E string. And then you go to just middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, everything else open. So we've got boom, exact same picking pattern for each chord. After the first time, he starts off, instead of just pinching like that, he starts without the ring finger. He pinches, hammers on the ring finger, then continues the pattern. Which I really like that part. I think that hammer-on kind of makes it sound cooler with minimal effort. Ignore that last thing I just played. It wasn't like I didn't give you any genius tips. I just broke it down to that very difficult part. That very difficult part that I struggled with, and I'm giving you the choice that I never had. What's the line from Interview with the Vampire? Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, the other one. Who's the other one? Who's the other guy? Who's in Interview with the Vampire? The interviewer. Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise. Oh, I'm not gonna get the name of the guy. Name the guy in the comments down below, please. I have to show you one more thing with this song. It's the most pointless. What is the point of this video? There's no point. No point. So he does that for the intro. Then when he gets to the verse, he does this. He does this. He goes like this. He goes. My picking was sloppy because I'm very tired. That's my excuse. That's good. Okay, so here's what he does. Look at this. His thumb plays the 3rd fret on the low E string. And then you've got your hatless D again. So you've got pointer finger on... No, that's not what he does. He has pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the E string, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. It has nothing to do with a hatless D. Although, depending on your perspective, it could be a hatless D. He does the same pattern with the hand. The only difference is instead of playing the D string with the thumb, he's doing the E string with the thumb. So he's going... Okay? But then this... And he's playing... If you didn't see this up here, he's playing the 3rd fret with his thumb. I think I said that. Wow. Okay. So here's what's awful. After that, he goes up to here. He goes thumb on the 3rd fret of the E string still, pinky on the 7th fret of the high E string, and then ring finger on the 6th fret of the G string. Are you kidding me? What kind of ad wizard came up with this one? What's the Seinfeld thing? I should flip the coin again. Well, that was not helpful information. So that when I first heard about this chord, I was like, well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. First, I tried to use my finger and go like that, but that was a nightmare. Then I saw videos of him using his thumb, and then I was like, well, that honestly might be even worse. I was trying to have it seemed so impossible. Here's my little tip for this chord. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But if you're like, how is this even possible? I do not have big hands. Like, I have relatively small hands. But I with hard work, dedication, integrity, discipline, honesty, humility, perseverance, perspiration, delicatessence, I was able to get this. So your thumb is going to play the 3rd fret on the E string. Don't try to wrap it over a bunch. Just try to hook onto the string. So I'm right up against the edge of the fret. I'm not in the middle of the fret. I'm just right on the edge. And I'm just trying to smash my thumb down and pull it against the fingerboard like that. See how my thumb is just barely doing anything. Then over here, I'm not trying to stretch out like this. I'm actually trying to reach this way. My hand is almost going to be, it's almost like I'm reaching like this. Obviously my thumb is back here, so it's not quite like that. But I'm not trying to stretch out wide. I'm trying to reach my fingers over here. Like there is a golden orb that I'm trying to touch with my fingertips. Is that helpful? Thumb. So, see this? See on my hand? See that angle? See that right there? I'm jammed up in here, not doing... First step, just get your pinky there. And your pinky, you want to get as far into the fret as you can, but again, we don't need to be pushing like that. You just need to hook onto the string. See how I'm my pinky's at a weird angle. I'm not laying it flat at all. I'm just hooked over on it. And then I'm not using my ring finger. I'm using my middle finger. You can kind of use your ring finger, but middle finger is going to be even easier to play that 6th fret. Your ring finger and pointer finger are not doing anything. So I think of it like my hand is like this. I don't think of it like it's stretching like that. I think of it like I'm holding some AirPods. See that? I'm holding some AirPods and I want my fingers stretched out. Worst tip in the history of tips. So, I thought I had a tip for this chord. Turns out I just wanted to show off that I could do it. Look, I could do it. Aren't you jealous?